Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Sheila. Welcome to my channel, Intentional Outlier. In this video, I'm going to be talking about stuffing my sinking funds. So I just finished my first budget for my first paycheck for January 2026. I went through and I figured out and gave all the money a job and then did the bill breakdown for the bank. I went to the bank and now I'm back and I'm ready to put the money into the envelopes. So for this month I've decided, or this paycheck, pardon me, for this paycheck I've decided that the majority of the money that I had left over is going into my 1 year ahead fund. That's basically, it works as my part of my emergency fund. It's 12 months of my monthly expenses, which are all of my bills, and then it also includes the money that I allocate to myself for spending for things like gas, groceries, personal items I may need, and also Merriweather, who is my dog, if she has any needs. So this time around, I figured out, so currently I have 24 sinking funds. So what I like to do is I like to give each sinking fund at least $1 every time I have money coming in. So I went ahead and I figured out that I pulled out 24 $1 bills just to give each envelope $1. And then the remaining amount of money is going to go into my 1 year ahead fund. So, which is going to be in a different video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through all of my sinking funds, and I'm going to add the money into each envelope and then update my trackers. So when I go to the bank, I give them a list of how I want my bills broken down, and I make sure I count it before I leave the bank just to make sure. And then I bring it home and put it into I have a tray that I put things in. I found this at the thrift store. It has come in handy. I've had it for quite a few years now. I started out, my very first one, I took a shoebox and I made cardboard dividers, and I used that thing until it wouldn't hold up any longer. So I saved money up, and I went to the thrift store and I found this. I think it was actually like a storage thing for toys. So, but yeah. So right now I'm just facing all the bills, making sure they're going in the same direction. I've already counted it. I counted it at the bank and I counted it when I got home as well, just to double check. So I know that 24 of these are going into the sinking funds, and then I have 2 that are going to go in with the 1 year ahead fund. So I'm just gonna set those to the side for right now. So actually I'll put them in here because the rest of this money that's in here, that's all going to the 1 year ahead. So I'm just gonna go ahead, and I have the sparkly notebook and then I have my cash envelopes. So I made these. I bought the folders and the pouches online in bulk, and then I have the machine to make each of the labels for these. So, and these have gone through, this is the first time, these are new this year. I just in the past I've been using A6 size, which are smaller than these. They're still big enough to fit a bill in, but I wanted something a little different this time. So for my first one, it is car maintenance, and when I'm figuring out how much each category is going to be, It's more so whatever my comfort level is, right? If something were to happen and like this money is to go towards, so car maintenance would be oil changes, or even things as simple as going to the car wash. Like that's where that money for those services come from, this envelope. Like recently I just had to replace the battery in my car. That's where the money came from, was this envelope. So I write the date, how much I'm putting in there, and then the balance. And then it will get $1. Then my next one is car gas. This is if I have to have any kind of unexpected trips that I need to make, or if I need to pick, and I've already used all of my monthly gas spending money. That's when I would dip into this. And right now it's currently full. I have that amount set at $100, just as the backup. And so I'm actually, so for any of the ones that are have already met their goal amount, I'm going to take the $1 that I would have put in that pouch, and I'm going to put it somewhere else that hasn't quite met its amount yet. So, all right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set that there, because I know that is one that would have been in the gas, but that's an extra one. Okay, so car tabs. The way I figure those out is I just base it off of what they were last year, and then that's the amount that I will save for the next year. And currently that envelope is full, so I'm just going to go ahead and set the dollar bill there. Truck tabs. That one is full as well. Same deal. I just based it off of what they were last year, and that is what I set as the goal amount for that envelope. Truck maintenance, same idea. If there's something wrong with the truck, or it needs an oil change, or if it needs to be washed, any of that kind of stuff. Even something as simple as air fresheners for it. That's where the money comes from, is this envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and add. Okay, the next one would be truck gas. That has already met its goal amount. So same idea as the car gas. If something were to come up that I needed to use more than what I've already allocated for the monthly gas spending, that's where I would get the money from, is either whatever applicable vehicle it is, that's where I would take it from. Okay, so property tax. Again, I based it off of what it was last year. This year it's going to be a little bit different. I'm still figuring out what the amount is going to be, because up to this point, that amount was always coming from my escrow account from my mortgage company. So I have an idea, and so I've written that number down, and that is what I'm basing it off of, and I'll adjust it in April when that comes up. Okay, the next one is my insurance. So this is all the insurance, my house, my vehicles. That's what this insurance is. So, and I pay this every 6 months because I get a discount that way with my insurance company. So Okay. The next one is Meriwether's sinking fund. So this one is for if she needs to go to the vet, or I make her food, so it's for her food expenses. If she needs some more treats or a new collar or any of her needs, any of the things that she needs. So she has this, then she also has her weekly spending allotment that I give her too, for the same types of things. Could be argued that my dog has a larger food budget than I do, which would be almost accurate. So, all right, so the next one the next one and this one is medical. So this is if I need to go to the doctor, if I need to pay a copay, if I need to get medication, any of those kinds of things. So okay. And then the next one after that is emergency fund. So this is almost like, I know it seems redundant, but this helps me because this dollar amount is large. So if I'm saving money in multiple places, it kind of turns it into a game and like tricks me into saving. I don't know. I know it's strange, but it works for me. So this one, it all goes pretty much into the same spot eventually. And in fact, if I needed to, if I found myself in a situation where I was needing money right now, I could take the cash from all of these envelopes and treat it as an emergency fund. That's kind of an extra added cushion of them too. So more added security, peace of mind, that kind of thing for myself. So the next one that we have is my pantry. And some of these, so we're getting into the ones that are more so categories where if I wanted to, if I just gave myself free reign, I could spend a lot of money in each of these categories and wouldn't even think twice about it. Having these envelopes and these boundaries set around each one helps me to keep the spending in check as well. So, because if I find something that I want that if it's a larger price item and I don't have the money already saved, I will often start an envelope just for that item so that I can save the money up for it and pay for it that way. So pantry is the next one. And I think what I'm going to do, so I was, last month I had some money come in and I was doing a game, and one of the last ones, I still owe myself $3 from that game. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take these $3 and then the dollar that would have gone in here anyway. Yeah, the dollar that would have gone in here anyway, and get rid of this note, and that takes care of some of those bills that were there too. So let's see. All right, Costco is the next one. They're still very rigid and want to flip back. All right, so Costco. The next one is home. So this is if I need to call a repair person out, or do some kind of repair myself, that kind of thing, or like buying gas for the lawnmower, those kinds of things. That is where the money comes. This envelope is where that money comes from. And then my garden is the next one. I grow a garden every year. It makes my heart happy. So that's part of the reason I do it. And it's very easy for me to spend a lot of money there. So, because all the plants need to come home with me. I mean, or like the cute little garden gnomes. Like, they all need a family. They need a family. Alright, so my freeze dryer. Okay, so this is a good example of an item that I knew that I wanted. It kind of falls in with like my pantry stuff, but it is a larger, more expensive appliance. So I went ahead and I saved money for about a year to pay for this, and I bought it while it was on sale during Black Friday one year. So now I have an envelope for it, and this envelope would be for any of the accessories that go with that, any of the maintenance items that I need for it, food to freeze dry in it, candy, if I want to do some candy, any of those kinds of, any freeze dryer related things come out of this pouch. So Alright, the next one is clothes. So whether it's work clothes or regular clothes, that is where this money goes. The next one is beauty. This one is an example of one that I just recently increased the goal amount on. And that is because I'm trying to be more intentional with self-care and letting myself spend money on things that are for me. So whether I want to go get a manicure or a pedicure, or my haircut, or a massage, any of those services, that's where this money comes from. It used to be just it used to be $100. I recently bumped it up to $200, and that is enough for me to go and pay for it with cash and also leave a tip. So yeah. then we have one more folder. Okay, our next one is entertainment. This one is basically any time that when I go out to eat, or if I go see a movie, or if I go, I want to buy something for my entertainment, that's where this money would go. So. And really the nice part about this is the rules are up to you. You get to set what the rules are. And because you set what the rules are, you can also change them, which is good and bad. But what's nice about it is that it doesn't make it so stringent and to the point where, like, you start, I personally think that it actually gives me a feeling of more freedom, because I know that if I want to go do whatever that thing is, like go see a movie, if I want to go do that, it's not something normally that I would just, go. And I've gotten to the point now where that's not something that I would just normally go do willy-nilly without thinking about it first. But because I have the money set aside, it's almost like I'm giving myself permission to go do those fun things. Again, playing more games with myself. It seems to be working. Okay, gifts. Gifts are like birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, anniversaries, those kinds of things. And right now, gifts is at its goal amount. And so I'm just going to go ahead and put the dollar bill here. All right, Amazon. Amazon is I definitely need boundaries around Amazon. So, what this does is if I have the money in the envelope to go buy the things, and all I have to do is transfer or deposit that money into my checking account and then go pay that bill, totally fine. Otherwise, I need to save up the money for whatever it is. And this kind of helps with that. Okay, so the next one is Native. Native is the company that I buy deodorant from. I'm not sponsored. But I make sure that I set aside the money for them. I've already got the money for that. So I'm going to go ahead or that goal amount's already been met. So I'm going to set the dollar bill there. All right. So Thanksgiving and Christmas are the next two. I have envelopes for each of those. And this is a good example of something that, whether it's a holiday, a birthday, a special event, something that comes up every year. Every year, you know what's coming, or every year I know these things are coming. So I make an envelope for those so that I can set aside the money for those. So that way I'm contributing to it all year long, and it's not one large expense just at that time of the year. So there's that. And then the next one is Christmas. And I have seen it on other people's channels where, so say, instead of just doing it very broadly, just as the holiday, they actually make an envelope for the individuals and their family or friends, where they have $1, or they've decided to allot a certain amount of money per person for that holiday, and then so they build those envelopes and make that dollar amount the goal amount for each of those envelopes, and that's how they save it that way. So there's that too. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so this happens too. This is the second time that I've done this type of video, so I'm still getting the hang of it. But somewhere along the line, I was talking and I distracted myself, and now I have $1 left here where I should not have any dollars left. So I'm going to set it to the side for now. And when I watch the video back, I'll put it back where it belongs. But I do have $2 here that I'm going to go ahead and find an envelope to put those in. And let's see, I think that I will do it in I think I'm going to put it in the USAA one. Okay, so what's this one? And $2. So that is it for this cash stuffing of my sinking funds for this first paycheck in January. If you have any questions, please let me know. It's really important to me that I'm putting out information that people want to know about. If you have any questions, please ask them. If there's anything I can do better, please let me know. I'm always looking for ways to improve. And please like and subscribe. Share the video with anybody that you think would benefit from it. This is one of the things, it's fun for me to do this, so I enjoy it. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. It's pretty wild. All right, I'll see you next time.